From the studios of Farm Journal Broadcast, this is U.S. Farm Report.
Welcome to U.S. Farm Report this Memorial Day weekend. I'm Tyne Morgan, and here's what's in store over the next 60 minutes. A glimpse at the state of the dairy industry as pressures mount for dairy farmers.
It says is that for the dairy producers that are still here, it's a dogfight. It is a street fight in terms of figuring out ways to stay relevant.
But some farmers are finding other ways to cash in, including with beef on dairy.
Today, we have some of the highest on-farm prices for cattle that we've seen in history. Day-old beef calves are, selling for $900 to $1,000 right off of the farm.
And it's this young farmer who will help toast to a tradition at the Indy 500 this Memorial Day weekend. Plus, a custom-built tractor that rides in memory of the man who built it.
He had a passion, and that passion was preserving the industrial history of our nation.
Celebrating him and the work he did to keep a tradition alive.
U.S. Farm Report, presented by Pioneer. What's next happens when the name on a cap matches the power of one's purpose. Pioneer. What's next happens here.
The House Ag Committee markup of the new $1.51 trillion farm bill started Thursday and didn't end until early Friday morning. The markup passed with a vote of 33 to 21, and that was with the help of 4 Democrats voting yes. The Ag Secretary sharing his own thoughts ahead of that markup process. Tom Vilsack telling reporters he has strong concerns about the ability to get the House Farm Bill proposal passed once it's out of committee. He pointed to several areas that may sabotage completion of the measure this year, including the price tag. The House bill has various provisions that could raise the cost, including higher reference prices. ARC coverage will be increased from 86% to 90%. Minimum ARC payments will increase 2.5%, and base acres will be raised. The secretary says this will have a budget impact of $30 billion that sets it up for failure.
The proposal being advanced by the House of Representatives, the Republican members of the Ag Committee, it really is designed not to create a route to passage, but I think it's designed, unfortunately, for a route to impasse.
To pay for the increased cost, the House proposal makes a change to Section 5 of the Commodity Credit Corporation. Vilsack says this will restrict its use for emergencies and natural disasters. Vilsack added that the House proposal will accelerate the consolidation of farms and instead advises use of the Senate Ag Committee proposal championed by Chair Debbie Stabenow, which he says may provide the only hope of getting a bill done yet in 2024. House Ag Committee Chairman G.T. Thompson releasing a statement after Secretary Vilsack shared his thoughts, saying, quote, "It's clear from this 11th hour push that the Secretary is determined to use every penny of the borrowing authority made available to him to circumvent Congress if left unchecked. The committee is reasserting Congress's authority over the Commodity Credit Corporation, which will bring reckless administrative spending under control and provides funding for key bipartisan priorities in the Farm Bill," end quote. Well, people are busy this holiday weekend cleaning up from powerful storms that hit the Midwest this week. In Iowa, the small city of Greenfield was hit by a massive tornado. The impact area described as massive, a local hospital among the buildings damaged. The governor of Iowa issuing a disaster proclamation for 15 counties and will apply for federal assistance.
I heard like a train, and then insulation came from the basement, and I knew it was hitting.
The storms moved eastward to pummel parts of Illinois and Wisconsin, knocking out power of tens of thousands of customers in 2 states. An update to avian flu H5N1 virus. A Michigan farm worker has now been diagnosed with avian flu, marking the second human case associated with the outbreak of H5N1 in dairy cattle. Health officials say the patient had mild symptoms. They say they were in contact with cows, and they also continue to say that the risk to the public remains low. The first human case involving dairy cattle happened in late March. That's when a farm worker in Texas was diagnosed. USDA is reporting 52 dairy herds in 9 states are impacted by avian flu, and they continue to say beef and dairy products are safe. That's it for the news. Well, from severe weather to a heat wave, we'll have a check of your forecast coming up next.